engines up and burning. 2, 1, 0, and liftoff. The final liftoff of Atlantis on the shoulders of the Space Shuttle. America will continue the dream.
This was the final mission of the American Space Shuttle program. Welcome to an enthralling journey through the awe-inspiring history of NASA's Space Shuttle program. The Space Shuttle program was the fourth human spaceflight program carried out by the U.S. National Aeronautics and Space Administration (NASA), which accomplished routine transportation for Earth-to-orbit crew and cargo from 1981 to 2011. Its official name, Space Transportation System (STS), was taken from a 1969 plan for a system of reusable spacecraft, of which it was the only item funded for development. The Space Shuttle program was a major undertaking, involving the development of a new spacecraft, the construction of launch facilities, and the training of astronauts. The program was also very expensive, costing over $100 billion in total. Despite the high cost, the Space Shuttle program was a major success. It flew 135 missions, carrying over 350 astronauts into space. The shuttle also launched and repaired satellites, conducted scientific experiments, and helped to build the International Space Station. The Space Shuttle program ended in 2011. However, the shuttle also achieved a great deal, and it helped to advance space exploration in a number of ways. In this video, we will take a closer look at the Space Shuttle program. We will discuss its history, its accomplishments, and its legacy. The Space Shuttle. The Space Shuttle was a reusable spacecraft that was designed to carry crew and cargo into orbit. The shuttle was made up of three main components: the orbiter vehicle (OV), the external tank (ET), and the solid rocket boosters (SRB). Each Space Shuttle orbiter was designed for a projected lifespan of 100 launches or 10 years of operational life, although this was later extended. The orbiter was the main body of the shuttle. It was a winged spacecraft that was designed to fly in Earth's atmosphere. Its three-part fuselage provided support for the crew compartment, cargo bay, flight surfaces, and engines. The cargo bay was used to carry satellites, experiments, and other equipment. The external tank was a large, cylindrical tank that held the shuttle's fuel and oxidizer. The external tank was not reusable, and it was jettisoned after the shuttle was launched. The solid rocket boosters were two large, solid fuel rockets that provided the shuttle's initial thrust. The solid rocket boosters were jettisoned approximately 2 minutes after launch at an altitude of approximately 46 kilometers. Following separation, they deployed drogue and main parachutes and landed in the ocean and were reusable after refurbished. The Space Shuttle was a complex spacecraft, but it was also a very versatile one. The shuttle could be used for a variety of missions, including launching and repairing satellites, conducting scientific experiments, building the International Space Station, servicing the Hubble Space Telescope, carrying astronauts to and from the International Space Station. The Space Shuttle program. The Space Shuttle program began in 1972. The first STS-1 of 4 orbital test flights occurred in 1981, leading to operational flights STS-5 beginning in 1982. 5 complete Space Shuttle orbiter vehicles were built and flown on a total of 135 missions from 1981 to 2011. They launched from the Kennedy Space Center (KSC) in Florida. Operational missions launched numerous satellites, interplanetary probes, and the Hubble Space Telescope (HST), conducted science experiments in orbit, participated in the Shuttle Mir program with Russia, and participated in the construction and servicing of the International Space Station (ISS). The Space Shuttle fleet's total mission time was 1,323 days. The Space Shuttle was launched vertically, like a conventional rocket, with the 2 SRBs operating in parallel with the orbiter's 3 main engines, which were fueled from the ET. The SRBs were jettisoned before the vehicle reached orbit, while the main engines continued to operate, and the ET was jettisoned after main engine cutoff and just before orbit insertion, which used the orbiter's 2 orbital maneuvering system (OMS) engines. At the conclusion of the mission, the orbiter fired its OMS to deorbit and re-enter the atmosphere. The orbiter was protected during re-entry by its thermal protection system tiles, and it glided as a spaceplane to a runway landing, usually to the shuttle landing facility at KSC, Florida, or to Rogers Dry Lake in Edwards Air Force Base, California. If the landing occurred at Edwards, the orbiter was flown back to the KSC atop the Shuttle Carrier Aircraft (SCA), a specially modified Boeing 747 designed to carry the shuttle above it. The first orbiter, Enterprise, was built in 1976 and used in approach and landing tests (ALT) but had no orbital capability. 4 fully operational orbiters were initially built: Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, and Atlantis. Of these, 2 were lost in mission accidents, Challenger in 1986 and Columbia in 2003, with a total of 14 astronauts killed. A 5th operational and 6th in total orbiter, Endeavour, was built in 1991 to replace Challenger. The 3 surviving operational vehicles were retired from service following Atlantis's final flight on July 21, 2011. The U.S. relied on the Russian Soyuz spacecraft to transport astronauts to the ISS from the last shuttle flight until the launch of the Crew Dragon Demo 2 mission in May 2020. The Space Shuttle program was a major success. It flew more missions than any other human spaceflight program, and it helped to advance space exploration in a number of ways. The shuttle also helped to build the International Space Station, which is the largest artificial object in space. The end of the Space Shuttle program. The Space Shuttle program ended in 2011. The decision to end the program was made due to a number of factors, including the high cost of the program, the risk of accidents, the availability of other launch vehicles. The Space Shuttle program was a major success, but it also had its share of challenges. The program was very expensive, and it was not without its risks. However, the shuttle also achieved a great deal, and it helped to advance space exploration in a number of ways. The Space Shuttle program is over, but its legacy will continue for many years to come. The shuttle inspired generations of people around the world, and it helped to pave the way for future space exploration. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and make sure to like, share, and comment your thoughts down below. Stay curious.